Bradley, how you feeling about going into this game?
You know, it's a SEC road game, which is always tough competition anywhere you play in the SEC. So, you know, we're excited and ready for the matchup. So,
especially then, though, how physical is an Alabama versus Arkansas game?
You know, it's all every year we fight it all the way down to the last minute, and you know, it's a good matchup between two SEC teams that are both pretty good teams. So.
What do you expect? I know you haven't watched film yet, but I mean, traditionally they're obviously a little bit more hard-nosed, kind of like Alabama used to be a little bit of that running style, that slam it down your throat kind of thing. Obviously, I'm not saying you're not, but what's it like kind of seeing, what do you expect from them being that kind of team?
You know, it's always a physical game between us. They always have a good defensive front seven, and you know, we're expecting to bring our best. So.
Are these next 3 weeks kind of like why you come to Alabama for these kind of big matchups?
Oh, for sure. You know, the next 3 weeks will be a grinder. We're always, you know, we have Arkansas this week, then Tennessee and Texas A&M, and you know, we have to take it game by game and bring our best every week.
What are some of the things that you've kind of, what are some of the things you've kind of learned over the first 5 weeks of the season that you think kind of have you guys prepared for this next stretch?
You know, just that we have to bring our best every game. You know, just come to play every play.
What clicked in the second half for the passing game?
You know, we came out and we did what we had to do. We executed like we were supposed to, and it kind of came together. So.
How key was that 7-play all-run drive that, you know, Josh had the 1-yard touchdown on? How key was that? Just kind of maybe establish that line of scrimmage.
You know, it's great. It's definitely a mindset for an offensive line whenever they can go out and run the ball every play and get down the field and score.
Do you get a sense at a certain point during that drive that you guys are just not going to throw the ball? You're going to keep pounding away like that?
I mean, you know, you go play by play. So whatever coach sends in, you have to run and execute.
You guys get fired up in the sideline as an offensive line? Does it kind of like give you kind of like it's kind of win it to your back to know you're going to just keep pushing forward?
Oh yeah, for sure. You know, as offensive line, that's your pride and joy is to run the ball. So whenever you can do it successfully, it's always a great feeling.
I think 5 or 6 plays in a row on that drive were all to the left side. Just how on were Cam and Ross and you guys on that side of the line? I
mean, a play takes everyone, all 11 on the field, to do what they need to do, from Jalen carrying on his fake to the receivers blocking guys that they need to do. So, you know, it's a whole offensive unit, not just one side or the other.
What have you seen from Cam this year? Because he's had his moments where, you know, he hasn't been the player he's been in the past, but then he has moments like that where he just straight out dominates. What have you kind of seen from his game?
I mean, Cam's a great competitor. He brings his best every play, and we go and get some really good opponents. So, you know, you just have to bring your best.
How much confidence do you guys have that Jalen's had things go wrong on the field in several games, and then he's always kind of bounced back and finished strong? Is that a mentality, that maturity and stuff, that's something you don't even worry about anymore with him? Or?
I mean, you know, it's everybody on the field is it's so what, now what? That's the saying that we have. It's so what, that happened, now what are you going to do to respond to that? So, you know, it's great to see that in him, and he does a very good job with that.
But that says a lot for an 18-year-old quarterback, right?
Yes, sir, it does.
Coach said y'all kind of struggled starting fast. What do you think has kind of been the issue there?
You know, honestly, I don't know. We just have to come out and start fast. We have to execute and do what we have to do.
When a young guy like Josh, you know, gets SEC Freshman of the Week, does he come back to his offensive line, kind of give you guys a pat on the back, or is that something you're expecting there?
Yeah, kind of, sort of. I mean, during the game, it's, you know, well, after the game, really, it's just, you know, thanks, whatever. Just kind of, hey, thank him for running hard, thank us for blocking hard. So.
The Arkansas trip 2 years ago, wasn't that your first start?
Yes, sir, it was. It was my first
Talk
debut.
me through that, and what, you know, what did that feel like a couple of years ago?
You know, it was great. You know, Kelly went down, and I had to step in and start at center, but it was a great experience for me, and you know, ready to go back.
Tough atmosphere, though, right?
Yes, very tough atmosphere.
How
yes,
difficult was that night? Because you guys were on the hamster wheel a little bit. You know, it's hard to get traction.
Yeah,
you know?
Yes, sir. We were we kind of struggled offensively that night, but we got it done. Our defense played a great game, and we did what we had to do.
Was there a little bit of butterflies for that game when you saw him go down?
More for the Ole Miss game when I went in, but not so much for the Arkansas week, because I knew that I was the guy. So,
how much more comfortable do you feel now starting at center there than you were obviously 2 years ago?
I'm very confident in my play, so you know it's a great feeling to be able to go out and do what we have to do.
Bradley, so who started this? So what? Now what? Saying how long have you guys been presenting?
For I guess since I've gotten here, and I think it was Dr. Elko that came in and brought in that phrase.
After Saturday's game, Calvin called Joshua a bowling ball. What do you see out of him when he runs?
You know, he runs very physically. He doesn't stop. He keeps going like you're supposed to do. So he's a great runner.
He seems to really follow his blocks. I mean, like he's patient out there. Can you sense that as a blocker, or maybe watch it on film? And what's that like to see out of an 18-year-old freshman?
I mean, it's great. Anybody with good vision that can run the ball hard is great for us. So you know, we have to do it. We have to do it up front, and he does what he has to do in the backfield. So.
Couple more. You guys have the 7 non-offensive touchdowns this year. It's kind of relief when you see one of those guys score a touchdown. You get a little bit longer break there.
Yeah, for sure. It's always great when anybody scores a touchdown on our team, regardless of offense, defense, or special teams. But that's when we're a team. So.
Do you ever look around and see that many the freshmen make an impact on this team? Because that's hard to do when you get top-rated recruiting and you have the talent. Alabama has to have this many freshmen coming in and doing what it takes to be an instant starter.
Yeah, like I said, it's always great when someone can step up and fill a role. So.